I read that we go through cycles of spiritual or personal growth in a pattern of every 7 years, or when something traumatic in our life happens, like a parent dying. And my dad died 2 years ago. So I wanted to share a video talking about one of the tools I found that's been really powerful in helping me learn a lot about my patterns and shift gears and find some solutions that really work for me. And also we'll be making a Crokinole Board, which if you haven't played, is a fantastic game.
This process is pretty simple. We're going to make a couple lists, and then we're going to make a lot of connections. For the first list, we're going to deal with how it feels to be out of whack. Let's call this list uncentered. I'll share some of my answers for this list. When I'm uncentered, I feel angry, frustrated. I have a lot of doubt. I have a lot of angst. I'm tired, unmotivated. I can't see my path forward. I have to work really hard to get solutions, and I want to argue. I want to complain. I want to blame shift. I usually want to be left alone. I feel disconnected and mean and dumb. My vibration is low, and I feel depressed. I feel dark. I don't want to try things, and I feel skeptical. Now let's make a list of what it feels like when things are going well. And let's call this list centered. When I feel centered, I feel like things are easy. I feel like things are simple. I feel warm. I feel relatable. There's a flow to my work. I feel connected and hopeful and kind. I have joy. I feel bright. It's easy to move. I feel present. I'm optimistic. I try new things. I listen better. My vibration is high. And one of the sharpest contrasts to feeling uncentered is I have clarity. Now let's work through our habits, rituals, and patterns. These are the things that we take in through our 5 senses, or the junk that's just rolling around in our brain. Think of it in terms of what you eat, or say, or hear, or watch. This is the stuff that's happening to your body, your mind, or your heart. My patterns and habits that take me off-center include things like eating a lot of carbohydrates and sugar, watching movies or TV shows where people are disloyal, zombie movies, oh, I love them, sitting still too long, feeling self-critical, being criticized, participating in dead-end arguments on social media. Sometimes it's just watching the news. Here's a list of the things that help pull me into center. Eating a lot of protein and vegetables. I stumbled across a chart that described eating for your blood type, and mine is basically the keto diet, which is pretty much butter, bacon, and broccoli. For 20 years, I thought I was a night owl, but it really helps me to be in bed by 10 o'clock. Spending time outside in nature, going for walks or hikes or bike rides, sketching, watching really well-crafted movies or TV shows, journaling first thing in the morning, listing the things that I'm grateful for. Cold showers, sounds horrible, feels great. Do yourself a favor and look up Wim Hof. I like to spend time listening to podcasts and audiobooks about making my life better, collaborating with other people on projects, being creative with my wife or my kids, and I love time spent around a campfire with some of my friends. And I love to design and build things with my hands. Once I laid out all of my habits, it was easy to make the connections to see how it all made me feel. One discovery I made after going through this process was that a lot of my activities have a huge time delay between when I do something and how I feel. An epiphany I had was that if I feel off-centered, there are activities I can do to pull myself in to get re-centered. We're gonna make choices every day. The days that I choose to start with meditation, journaling gratitude, and a cold shower always end up better than the days that I don't. The sad reality is that my autopilot is not my friend. He is not looking out for my best interest. He does not care how I feel every day. He just keeps me alive. But that's not good enough. Identify what's working and what's not. Think about how you want your life to feel. Set a standard. Because you're taking shots either way.